Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty and I'm pretty obsessed with indie brand makeup. If that sounds like your cup of tea, please consider subscribing and giving the video a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel a lot. And while you're there, when you subscribe, because you know you want to, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a new upload. We are diving in. I am fresh-faced right out of the shower. We're going to throw on some e.l.f. eye tapes, and we're going to play with a whole bunch of Profusion. If you did miss my Profusion Advent Calendar unboxing, I will pop that right here. But I did the unboxing, and I kept enough that I could test out Profusion for you guys and with you guys. Because I have never tested Profusion before, they are a drugstore brand, readily available typically at Walmart, I think, and then Ulta. I'm going to use the primer first. This is the Profusion Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. It's just kind of standard basic packaging. It does seem to have a little bit of a tint to it. I'm feeling like it's probably going to be like potion primer vibes from like Urban Decay. These are not my favorites. I don't mind them. But because I do have, you know, veining and stuff like that on my eyelids, I like an eye primer personally that gives me a little bit of opacity and a little bit of coverage. I will say this feels a little bit dry in regards to like just trying to get it out of the container, so I don't know if it's an older product or if it's typically a little bit more kind of thick and dry. If you've tested this, please let me know. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're doing great. Let's have a mental health check-in. Are you fabulous? Are you fantastic? Are you blah? Are you meh? Are you just don't want to be messed with right now? We all have them days. I'm pretty sure we do. Every one of us does. I definitely do. I have days where I struggle, and then I have days where I'm like, hey, everything's cool. And I think that's just normal. I'm going to prep my lid. I'm going to put my eye tapes on, and then I'll be right back. We are all prepped. I'm going to go in with this little palette right here. We're just going to do something neutral. I also have one of their glitter eyeshadows. We have like a bronzer blush palette. I did also get 2 brushes. I will say they do feel a little bit less weighted than I like, and they're not quite as densely packed, but they do feel good quality. I am going to go in, not really sure what I'm going to do yet. And the reason I'm doing the e.l.f. eye tapes is so I can literally just kind of go crazy and not worry about anything being neat or anything like that. I literally can haphazardly slap it all on. And then once we get it all on, we can buff everything out, remove the eye tapes, and clean up any mess that we may have. I'm first going to start with this middle shade right here. And I'm using a little bit of a smaller brush. I normally would go in with something a little bit bigger, but I really want to kind of tuck this in the actual crease of my lid. Okay, I definitely feel like the primer has like a little bit of tack, meaning I didn't feel it kind of putting it on, but I can definitely feel the eyeshadow kind of gripping onto it, if that makes any sense. That is not my favorite, but that is literally just a personal preference. I just don't like sticky filling things. Like the Milk Makeup Gripping Primer, I would never use that. It's definitely not my vibes. So again, I'm just laying this in the crease. And I'm kind of pressing it in to begin with. So far, I do feel like the color is true to pan color, so that makes me very happy. I just don't like the sticky base, and that's a personal preference for me. So once I get it kind of laid in to the crease, I'm going to take a little bit of a fluffier brush. That brush worked great. And I'm also going to go into that same exact shade. And I'm just going to buff it ever so softly just to make sure I have nice blended edges. And I'm going to blend it up a little bit higher than my natural creases because when I open my eyes, I have hooded lids so you don't see any of our work. So we want to go a little bit above that area. I have to say it's blending well. It's definitely kind of giving me that gradient or that nice soft fade that I like. Stay in this brush. I'm going to go to the next shade over. And from here, I'm going to kind of stay in the crease and bring it down ever so slightly. I'm getting quite a bit of kickback in the pan. That does not bother me. I just like to note it for you guys. I know some people don't like any fallout at all. To me, it just means that it's a little bit softer pressed of a formula, and sometimes you just have to work with them and build them up. So if you are okay with that, then I don't think you'd be disappointed. Yeah, so far so good. And then I'm going to go I'm basically going into each of the darker shades, and I'm coming down a little bit more each time. And with this one, I'm going to start kind of winging it out just a little bit. Again, only focusing on the outer corner. And I actually like the brushes. I like the length of them. I just wish they were a little bit softer, and I like something that's soft but densely packed. I know that kind of sounds crazy, but I know what I like in a brush, and I'm pretty particular, but they are nice. So I'm just building up some intensity out here. Again, you can go crazy. You don't have to be neat or precise in any way at all. And then I'm going to go into the darkest shade. I've been working in this exact same brush, and that's the beauty too of working like light to dark. You can literally use one brush if you wanted to. You don't have to reach into a ton of brushes. Substantial fallout. Again, just noting it, but it's a lot. And this is that darkest shade. All right, I'm going to go back into the smaller brush still in that darkest shade. And I'm literally just hanging out with family and stuff today. We'll have family coming in. I just want to do something just for myself. I like to take some time with any kind of holiday or whatever's going on, or family's coming into town or whatever the case may be. I like to just have me time for a little while. I like to sit down and be able to do my makeup, take a nice hot shower, do my skincare and all that stuff, and just kind of feel refreshed before the craziness happens. I'm going to go into a different brush now, just a smaller brush, and go into this kind of more satiny shade down here. I don't perceive these as being super metallic. I don't think they're going to be. And I just want to put this at the brow bone. I can kind of touch this up a little bit once I actually do my brows. Again, if I'm ever unsure about a look, or I just want to do, if I'm ever unsure about a formula, or I just want to kind of do this type of look where it's just very blown out and I don't have to really be precise, that is just the way that I like to do it. I will do my eyes first, and then I will go in and kind of tweak anything, do my brows, and then make any additions if need be. This is definitely kind of that, you know, more old school type of like satiny shimmer, if you will. These are not always my favorite, but everybody has different preferences. I think I'm fine where I'm at because I want to go into that little glitter. So I'm going to remove the eye tapes and we'll see what we have. But yeah, so I'm not trying to do like a full-on crazy look or anything like that. I just want to test the formula. And so far so good. I feel like they all blended well on top of each other, and I used quite a few of the mattes. I'm going to clean this up a little bit and I will BRB. Alright beauties, I went in with my Huda Beauty Cheesecake foundation stick. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. And then my brows are my Milani Weekend Brow with my Wet n Wild Clear Brow Gel that I got in a Wet n Wild advent calendar. We're going to go back into the palette. I will say these are incredibly hard personally for me to open. So if you do have maybe dexterity issues or not a lot of strength in your hands, they're a little hard to open. Alright, let me see what the brush do I want to use. I'm going to go with a little small pencil type brush. And let's go starting with the first shade. And I'm going to follow from where I left off up here. And then into the darker shade, or the darkest shade. Okay, not sticking very well to the bottom, so I'm definitely going to go out on a limb here and say you probably want to use some type of a base. Alright, so far so good. It's not my favorite quality, but I don't think you'd be disappointed if you did use them. Alright, now I'm going to go into the sparkling eye topper. I'm going to attempt to go straight to the lid. Alright, that kind of feels dry too. I don't know if these products had just kind of been sitting there. And then before it dries, I'm going to press it out a little bit with my finger. It does have, again, a little bit of a stickier kind of tackiness to it, if you will. Yeah, I'm not able to get a whole lot out of here. So that's a little disappointing. Like, I feel like maybe some of this stuff is a little bit older or it's a little bit dried out. So then I'm not really able to get a full-on sense of the brand, if you will. This is really pretty though, quite metallic. And again, it does have a little bit of tack to it, so I would just say to keep your eye nice and relaxed, don't try to open it directly, and you should be okay with it. Yeah, this is very, very, very dry. And maybe that is the nature of this product, but Yeah, I'm not really able to get anything out of here. And what I am getting out is just like little clumps. So if you've tried these from Profusion, please let me know. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Let me try some eye drops. And this also works with mascaras as well. You can put a couple drops of eye drops in there and kind of loosen it up a little bit. We will see if this helps any. All right. Yeah, this so far is definitely a dud in my opinion. Although I will say, I think that if it was not so dry, I may like it because the actual shift there is really beautiful. Like the actual like metallic nature of it is really pretty. That helped a little tiny bit. Never mind. It just pulled up completely off. Okay, this side's starting to dry down. Okay, let me let this dry. All right. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to literally dig some out of here. I can't get enough on here to do anything with. All right, well. Nope, it's just a big clump. Aw, that's disappointing because I actually need to look kind of cute. Not that my family really cares how I look, but I care and I want to look cute. Okay, yeah, putting the eye drops in it was a really bad idea. Shoot. I'm going to wipe this off, and I'll be right back. I already know my thoughts. I'm going to go into the same shade that we used on the brow bone. Yeah, that's also, like, barely picking up. I'm not impressed, and I've seen actually quite a few, like, larger influencers say they really like Profusion. And again, it could be that these are just older products. I do not know. If you happen to be the person that wins all of the advent calendar stuff, can you please come back and like let us know how you feel? Or if you have experience with Profusion, can you, oh no, can you let us know please? The fact that I'm doing this and I literally am not gonna have any time to make any adjustments at all, it kind of makes me a little sad. I do not feel pretty at all. I do not like this look at all. I will say that the mattes, I feel like, definitely are better than the shimmers are. Hey guys, Editing Riri here. I'm sitting on the bike. It's early in the morning. I'm just going to be updating you guys. I did use my Glam Light Icing Eye Base and Buttercream, and it worked much better. I do not like the shimmer formula at all. The mattes, though, I really do like. So, take that how you will. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry, you guys. And I really do think it's just because they're old products. Next up, I have the Starlight 6 Shade Face Palette. This was $8. Oh no, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't like when I don't like a brand. Does that sound right? I don't like when I don't like something that I test. Because I know that, you know, people work hard and it's somebody's business and somebody's name. But if it ain't good, it ain't good. I think I'm just going to go between Brilliant Bronzer and Light Bronzer, both of these, with my Judy brush. I can't even tell if I'm picking anything up, so let me just be careful. And I always start, especially if I'm testing a new bronzer, I start up here at the hairline. Ooh, okay, this I actually like. That way, if I put too much, by the time I put my hair down and stuff like that, you're not actually going to see that I put on too much. And if it happens to become just kind of patchy and muddy or anything like that, you can kind of remedy it. Okay, this I like. This is good. Again, it is a buildable, kind of more dry, looser packed formula. I actually prefer that with my bronzers and blushes. This is beautiful. This I like. And before anybody says, well, you know, they're at this price point or this price point, y'all, there's Juvia's Place, there's ColourPop, there's e.l.f. There are many other brands, in my opinion, just based off the few things that I've used that are far superior and also very inexpensive. I think I'm going to go between, I want to get a little bit of a glow, so I think I'm actually going to just mix Confetti and Radiant, these two right here. The blush and the highlight's definitely going to probably be a little too deep, but I feel like if I mix the blush in with it, we might be okay. Let me get a small blush brush and go into Confetti by itself. This has a lot of glitters in it too, which I also don't like. All right, it's subtle, it's there. Oh, I don't like the glitters. No. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna go into Exhale, maybe? Okay, that's better. Okay. That isn't bad, and I can probably just go in with some type of a highlighter that I have. Not that my family literally gives a shit what I look like, but I want to fix that. I'm going to try to actually go into Radiant. Okay, that's slightly more pigmented. That's a little bit better than the eyeshadow was. It's still not my favorite. And, you know, maybe not everybody is like me and likes, you know, bam, in your face metallic shades, and that's fine. Of course, we have different preferences. I say overall they're okay, and of course I would try them again. I would love to hear feedback from you guys. Like the eye look prior to trying to put the glitter on top, I actually really liked. I feel like if this comes in different shade ranges, it could probably also be good. I do like something that does build up, so that I like. I'm not impressed, yo, I'm sorry. And then I'm going to go into one of the lipsticks. I kept 2 of these matte lip creams. I kind of like this one. But I know I'm going to be eating and stuff, so this is probably not going to stay on long. I'm going to try this one out. And I don't know shades or anything like that, guys. I'm sorry. And I should have done a liner. I don't like it. It's not very opaque, which that's fine. You can layer. It's okay to have a thinner formula. It also is incredibly dry and is drying down very, very quickly. All right, I'm gonna let this set for a second. Let me pop on some mascara. Maybe we can save this look. I'm gonna go in with my Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. We'll come back for final thoughts. All right, beauties, I'm back. The lip is just, it's way, way too dry. And it honestly could just be that I haven't worn matte liquid lipsticks in a very long time. And I know that they're drying. They're matte liquid lipsticks, but this is incredibly dry. And it's sticky. And doesn't dry all the way down. And when I touch my lips together, it starts to peel it off. Hate. The eyeshadow palette is okay. I don't like the shimmers in it, but the mattes are great. And then in this little palette right here, I actually really liked the bronzer a whole lot. The lip, I don't like. The eye primer, if you're somebody that likes a more sticky base, you would probably like it. I'm just not a fan of that particular type of formula. The lip product, I hate. I do not like this at all. I am going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's not the most wretched, horrible, trashy makeup I've ever used, but it's definitely not, in my opinion, the best of quality. But we did achieve an okay look, and a couple of the products I did like. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Of course, we're in full swing of holiday season, so I did pick up a brush set for you guys. It is the Profusion Mystic Wands set. All rules are always down in the description box below, but you just have to be 18, be in the USA, be publicly subscribed, and just leave a comment. That's all you gotta do. So I love you, beauties. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties. Whew. That's terrible. Bye. Bye, y'all.